Daytona tonight in Giggity. I'm so excited to be back in the series. Monday was an exciting race at Daytona. We saw one heck of a race last night at Eldora. Once again, guys, we are Giggity Racing. We're doing it custom style tonight. Up here in the booth right now, we got Archangel, Fluffy, and K Taddy. What's up, guys?
Hey fellas.
What's up, guys?
What's up?
Great to have you in the booth, Fluffy. Great to have you in the league. I know K Taddy was really excited to have you driving for him and stuff. Do you have any? What's your expectations tonight at this beautiful Daytona racetrack?
Uh, well, the expectations here are always rapid, if you will. Super Speedway plate tracks, they're always dynamic in any way, shape, or form. It's just about literally not about consistency, but just kind of staying out of trouble. Because literally, these restrictor plates are always well known for the big one, as people would say, and you do not want to be in that big one because that could be your race. So you just gotta stay in line and keep that position protected at all costs and make a move when it's necessary. So that's probably the key best tonight is literally staying out of the big one, and every position it needs to be protected, whether it being from 5th to 8th to 9th to 10th or even first.
To anybody wondering out there, he did mean literally. We're not talking figuratively around here.
Yeah, we saw it. We saw it the other night, like you said. Trouble can be a factor. A lot of innocent people. You got to be in the right place at the right time. You do not want to be in the right place at the wrong time. Teamwork, communication, and patience. I think we're going to be a big deal here. We're going to do the qualifying race at the dash. We're going to see dashes in. We got a couple drivers trying to. Well, we got 13 drivers coming in. We got 26 laps times 2 tire wear, but they got 24 laps of fuel, guys. So they're going to be a couple laps short. So again, coming into pit, you want to be able to get in, not get a penalty, get on the binders, downshift, get through the gears, get your pit stop in, and get out cleanly. We've seen some of our better racers and Giggity have problems getting off of pit lane in the past too. So Daytona's not just a sit back and cruise type of track as much as it can be. You still got to focus. You got to be able to situational awareness is what I like to say. Situational awareness. See what's going on behind you. See what's going on in front of you, and put yourself in the right position, like Fluffy was talking about.
Without a doubt, man. I mean, that's just all it really takes here. Whether it being from Daytona or Talladega. These tracks, they range varieties of strategies here. Strategies are definitely a key factor in every single track, from Atlanta to Bristol to Charlotte or even, Michigan in some cases. So any track has a strategy, but super speedways are well known for it. You could literally burn that fuel more being out front as a leader than you would a guy that's sitting 3rd or 4th in line. So it's all about strategy and who's going to pull it off best tonight and who stays out of trouble. And that's, like I said at the beginning of this broadcast, that's going to be the key for tonight is basically staying out of trouble, knowing your strategy, and literally just getting to the end. Basically, that is the main key, is getting to the end of the race, having the best position to go into, next week.
Something we got to talk about a little bit too, guys. Again, we talked about this just a minute ago, or at least brought it up. They are in custom. They are doing custom cups tonight. Some people go out there, they make a custom setup, and they try to do a hot lap. That's all they want is one good lap time. I'm sure everybody here in Giggity already knows that Daytona is a long-run track, but depending upon how you have your setup, your wedge, your weight, your springs, and everything, tire wear may come into a little bit more of effect because of that. But I'm assuming that everybody has a custom tonight that you guys have been working to come out. Rear gear will affect your fuel mileage also, but coming out with that perfect specific setup there where you're not going to burn the tires off too quick, but you're still going to have enough fuel at the end. So how long does it take to come up with a good setup?
Normally, it ranges in varieties as well. For custom setups, If you're a new guy, it could range from, maybe a couple of days where you just spend on it, you know, as a newcomer, and you're trying to get used to the setup. So it'll probably take some more time. But your average, advanced tuner, setup guy, it ranges probably for a couple hours. You spend a couple hours on these cars, and you take them to the racetrack to test out, and then so it all ranges from skill level of who knows the knowledge of these race cars, and that's basically how the setup thing works.
It's
It
not just
could.
making the adjustment, but it's the reason and knowing why you make that adjustment. Just
Let's be
because somebody
real.
says to go in and put 1,000 pounds of spring pressure in there, for example, if you don't know why you're doing it, it's So again, that's something that the knowledge of the vehicle, like you were talking about, knowing why you're making the adjustment to help fix certain situations to get the car right where you want it. Tommy Armor Boy out there in YouTube land, thanks for joining in. He said, "Let's go dark tonight, get her done." Uh, we are. I'm excited though, guys. Like I said, Giggity Racing is back. 2 weeks. We did a lot of fun racing and stuff. We do have the Daytona 500 for the Real Cup season coming up soon, so I'm excited for that. But Giggity was definitely fulfilled my NASCAR itch in the off season at the same time. I'm glad to be back. Glad to have you all up here.
So real quick, I want to go over. You were just talking about how long does it take to make the setup, and Fluffy said a couple hours to a couple weeks, or I'm gonna be honest here. If you're somebody like Fluffy, it's a 10-15 minute deal, and then you got the rest of the field is a couple hours to a couple days. Fluffy is absolutely phenomenal at making these setups, as is some other the top drivers here in this game. Um, but at the end of the day, it's not just who can make it the quickest. It's like what you were saying, who understands what they're doing more. Who is it that can put a setup in 5-10 minutes and then go out on the track and be like, this one thing's not right. What am I going to do to adjust it? And so everybody out here tonight, we had a 2 week break, so that's what these guys had. Is they had 2 weeks to fine tune these setups. A couple guys just found out that they're going to be running, but I'm really excited here to see who's going to do what. As our broadcast admin, actually, Woodruff Sport in the 41 Ford Mustang is sitting on the pole for this dash race. And outside of him will be Mills Girl in the 12 Ford Mustang. So the Fords are looking strong already.
Unfortunately, I have to say something. I'm a Chevy guy, but glad to see Woodruff up there. He was talked to him a little bit today in a message. He was looking to dash his way in.
Don't accept
Um,
that.
uh, Looking on the leaderboards right now, our one and only Mr. Keystone Cowboy, Mr. Boomhauer, he's sitting third on the daily at a 42.9. But I expect that to all change tonight after quite all the laps were getting ready to turn. But Robert Brenneman out there in UT Lane, we all know him as Dr. Robbie Bobby. What's up, Doc? Quite literally, like I just said. Great to have you in here. He said, let's go Noko Shin. We're going to have a. I, I'm speechless right now. I can't wait. You haven't had me up here. It took me 2 weeks off, and now look what happens to me, Taddy.
Yeah, you should have kept your voice going.
Right. Thank you for that too. I did have the opportunity to try to get not necessarily some warm up or practice the stuff, but with the NASCAR League, Mr. Tymac and stuff, I had the opportunity to come over there and do some races with him. He's a great guy, great league. So thanks for helping me get introduced over there. I like what they've got going on, but I'm a 100% giggity loyal. Anytime I can be here, anytime you all need me, I will be. Joey Doucette says, let's go Team Canuck. We are getting ready to do the dash, guys. 26 laps, 24 on fuel, times 2, like I said. So we will see some green flag pit stops. And Mr. Woodruff Sport out there, Custom Cup, doing it, trying to dash his way in. Quite a few other drivers also out there. Looking forward to seeing everybody out there who can work with together. Now, he was talking about with teammates and stuff earlier. What happens if you can't find your teammate? That happened to me the other night in a truck race. Do you go with somebody else that you trust, though? Like for example, I know Brian SP. I've been racing with him quite a lot lately. I know him. I know how he races, his style. I could, I felt comfortable racing around him. Is there people out there that you do not want to be around, or is there other people that you would like to look for if you can't find your specific teammates?
I think it all depends on, you know, whether it is go time or if you want to initially just kind of stay behind somebody. Um, the team effort, the teamwork in general, doesn't really go in effect until probably the latter part of the race, with about 20 or 15 to go. So it all depends. Sometimes you'll want
I
to work
got
with your
except those inlets.
teammates.
Except those
Some,
inlets.
sometimes you'll want to work with your teammates, and then some other times you'll want to just stay in the initial pack until it's go time. So it all really depends.
Real quick,
Buffy,
Pothy, I got a blue screen
you
just for
said
a
blue
split
screen.
second to accept these invites from our one and only.
Went over, they're not pudding, but there's 13 drivers out here on this track for this race. 26 laps, like you did said. I know that. There is only 2 cars advancing. Somebody has the broadcast going in the background. We need to turn that off. Anywho, 13 drivers, 26 laps, only 2 drivers advance into the big race tonight. So I'm really excited to see how this goes.
And see
I
what
know he's
what that whole
saying,
teammate,
so
what we were just talking about too. Oh, yep, I'm still getting a little bit of feedback too. If we can turn that down
yeah,
just a
somebody
little
has
bit.
the broadcast going on in the background. We gotta shut that off.
Even in real life, the manufacturers say Chevy on Chevy, Chevy on Chevy, Ford on Ford, Toyota on Toyota. The drivers don't like that because they say I'm not going to hold back for a Chevy car when I have the opportunity to pass a Ford. They want to win that race. I don't necessarily agree with that whole manufacturer thing. Oh, car's already wrecked. It looks like jumping back in. Yeah, I just saw a car hit the wall, flying upside down. We are on board with Woodruff Sport in that 41 Haas car.
I didn't see a wreck there, so I'm not so sure what you think. Yeah, I was thinking you'd seen lag.
Yeah, it
It
might have
looks
been
like
a
the 8
leg.
of Dark Knight coming to the outside, taking the lead as Mills in the 12 has pushed him, and Dark Knight decides to leave the outside row and fall down in front of Woodruff Sport.
Dark
Oh,
is
there's
in
a
that
wreck.
8.
Boomhauer into the 48, into the 24. I'm not so sure who's in the 48 or the 24. Big contact. Lots of guys wrecked. I'm not so sure, but I think that's going to bring out our first caution of the race.
And
Absolutely,
unfortunately
it
for
does.
unfortunately for Boomhauer, we all know how he can. I do not want to be his crew chief right now. He's probably a little bit upset. This gives everybody a chance to come down. We are on custom, so you don't have to necessarily make your tire pressure adjustments and raise them up and stuff. But if you're, you know, uncomfortable, this might be able to give you the chance to make it on those 2 laps of fuel, if I'm not correct.
So I talked about this with Boomhauer and with Kay Larson, as they're the underdog drivers in this event tonight. And I told them, I said, you're going to have to ride back in the pack if it's going to go green, but if it's going to go caution, then it falls to the wall as you won't have to save anymore. I'm not thinking that that's what Boomhauer did there. I'm thinking he probably got tagged in the rear end. These restarts are hard. Nobody's up to speed. Everybody's trying to figure out which line they want to be in, stuff like that. So this isn't as easy as it seems to be in the video game. So they're not up to speed. The cars turn a lot more than they expected, going 2x2 for a full lap. That was crazy, but definitely on the fuel strategy, everybody should be good to go to make it now if they pitted. I'm not so certain on people that decided to stay out. As on the restart here, it looks like we have Robbie Vids in the lead with RJ Smitty in the 9 following him. Those two are in the advancing spots right now.
Yeah, I just was going to bring that up. Great to see Robbie out there in that 47 car, trying to get his way up there. I'm still trying to learn all these new paint schemes, writing everything down as we go. I do know Robbie's a 47, obviously, or 24 Smitty back there. 12 Mills, car 9 does to the inside right there. They are 2-3 wide back here. Robbie is now by himself, not a position you want to be.
That's the last thing Robbie Vids wants to see in this 47 car. That pack is going to catch him quick, and when they do, it's up to that 9 of RJ Smitty to decide which lane he wants. But whatever lane he wants, that whole pack is going to have.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be friends.
Oh,
And
he
look how quick
decided
they've
to
sucked him
stay
up.
in line. Smitty may have decided that that 47 has a good stable car and wants to just push him and try to advance with those two guys. But what that does is that keeps that 9 of Smitty in a predicament, because now if anybody gets a run on that last lap and can pass him and not Robbie Vids, they will advance and Smitty will be out.
Yeah, we're used to seeing Smitty in that 24 car. Great to see him in that 9, still pushing Robbie Vids right there down the straightaway. They are 2-3 wide. They're going to try to make that high line work, trying to get up there, trying to get the momentum. But number is powers here. If you got 2 cars on the outside and 5 on the inside, you are outnumbered. Got to make it work. They are bumper to bumper.
Looks like
car
the
gets
22, Joey Doucette just got loose, caught the apron maybe, decided to hold it down instead of letting him come back into the field, and because of that, he's in the grass and probably out of contention unless a caution comes.
Yeah, I saw that back there. That's unfortunate. And like you said, for the custom leagues out here, it's great to see on a mission. They got put themselves something together here in Giggity Racing for the Custom Cup League. Great to have them up here. Robbie's still out front of RJ Smitty. Got 3 car. Oh, Carhartt on the wall. It looked like right there in the background. Still, again, they're starting to pull back on Robbie. That means they're going to try to make a run on him.
I want to throw real quick, as we're watching this, we're seeing a bunch of people that are getting a little loose. They're making a little contact as we
Car
see
through
the
the
Ford go
grass.
flying. I want everybody to keep in mind that this is the first time that most of these guys have run with each other. Not only these guys are not going to be racing with each other every week either, as this is a dash. These are hot seat drivers from the Xfinity Series. These are our Cup preset guys. These are drivers that are just filling in the rest of the seats that are not custom Cup guys. And later when we get into the race itself, this is going to be the first time a lot of these guys have raced with each other. As you were talking about, On a Mission has a team now, 4-car team. There's a guy, I'm Goofy. I've run with all the other guys, but I haven't really run with I'm Goofy. But from the back, AJ Storm, Celtics fans, some of these guys that are going to be racing tonight have never seen those guys on the track before. So it's going to be a learning curve, but we got 50% in those stages. By the time the race comes to an end, I think we're going to see a great finish tonight.
We're seeing it work right now. 4 cars on that HWH high, wide, handsome line. Robbie got a little bit of the freight train pulling down behind the 3, 24 right behind the 52, 48 behind RJ Smitty in that 9 car, guys. I'm trying to learn everybody's new numbers and stuff, but trying to keep you up to date. That high line looks like it's working. That's that power in numbers we were talking about. Load line is not looking real good right now when you got 4 cars. This is unfortunate for those 2 cars because they were up front, but can they work their way back up too?
Yeah, let's keep in mind, not only is that was that a 4-car tandem on the top, I'm a little shocked to see what just happened. That's the 9 of RJ Smitty, the 48 of T. Chandaber, and the 24 Checkmate were all on the outside. Those are 3 teammates. The tricky part of that is even though there's 3 teammates that can work together and get to the front, only 2 of them can advance. So even teammates here are going to have to fight each other out.
Sacrifices will be made at the end, and like Fluffy was talking about earlier, mind your P's and Q's, keep your patience, wait till the last couple of laps, make your lap passes then. But yes, this isn't a exclusive league to be in the Custom Cup tonight, to race with some of these guys. These are the big heavy hitters of Giggity Racing. Everybody wants an opportunity to come out and prove themselves. Love how you did the new dash setup. I love the old school points. I like where our Giggity's going right now. K-Tidy, you've done a great job in the off season, and I know you've been working real hard, but I do like how everything's starting to pan out with the dash, giving the opportunities to some of those drivers out there in development, or like you said, other hot seat drivers a chance to make it into the race. That way we can get more participants in. So thank you for what you did, and congratulations on that.
I appreciate it, man. It was definitely a team effort. Me and the other admins and captains, we all talked about it. Real quick, I want to talk about second place now has gone to somebody that me and Fluffy are very interested in seeing up here. That is Kay Larson in the number 52 Underdog Ford Mustang, as he now follows RJ Smitty. So this is looking like we might have a third partner come to race here tonight.
Great to see. We got 19 people out there just watching the dash. Can't wait to see how many we're going to get for the Custom Cup here at Daytona. Ryan Morgan says, Pinky, RKM, that RKM guy, glad to see you out there again, guys. He stepped down, gave Mills that conduct position. Great to see he's still participating and joining in and everything. RKM's been a big asset to here in Giggity, and great to see you out there, buddy. These cars are still
RKM.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 cars in that league pack right now.
RKM, man, I can't say enough about the guy. This is the beginning of the season, but I want to throw it out real quick. Not only is he one of the co-founders as far as being one of the originals here at Giggity Racing League, the guy is a great friend of mine. Real good guy. He's done a lot to help out this league and all the growth that we've had. Unfortunately, he decided to step down as both captain and a driver this season. Um, some of the racing we've grown a little bit where we got a couple hundred drivers now, and sometimes the growth is a little big for people, and it gets crazy there for a while. So we're hoping to bring him back in the near future. Um, we love you, Arcan, and just keep that in mind. And thanks for tuning in, bud.
Yeah, he will be missed here racing. Glad, like I said, still to see participate. That 24 card, losing the draft just a little bit, something you don't want to see happen. These guys are definitely working hard. This is an important race for them. They want to be able to prove themselves. I know, obviously, driving for Shin Motorsports, talking with Robbie, he said he really wanted to step up. He's putting a lot of time in for the Cup level. We know how patient he can be, just like you were, Taddy. You said you were pretty patient, and towards the end of last year, you said, I'm not going to be super aggressive, but I'm going to lose a little bit of patience because I'm always in the wrong place at the right time, and you guys got caught up in some accidents. Great to see Robbie up there, 24 on the high side by himself. Not good situation. He's going to have to drop back down.
Yeah, so on the idea of being in the wrong place at the wrong time or in a bad situation, so I'm watching this 47 sitting in fourth. Fluffy, you're an esports driver. You kind of have the right mentality here. What are you doing if you're that 47? Because, usually everybody wants to be sitting in second on the last lap to get that win. But the win doesn't really matter here, just getting second. So I think that's the 3-year roofer looks pretty good. If you're the 47, what's your mentality right now, and how are you going to get past two guys at the start-finish line to try and advance into the race later?
Honestly, this is literally, it comes down to the nitty-gritty. If I'm the 47 right now, I got to stay in this line because I'm pretty sure with about 3 or 2 to go, it's game time. Literally, the number 3, the 52, and the 9, they're all going to be battling, all of them. And not even the 47, the guys behind them, the 48 and the 24. Those guys are in contention as well. This entire main pack right here, as you see, the 24 is going to go high here. It comes down to it. So if the 47, if I'm him, I'm literally going to stay in this pack. And I'm going to ride until the end until something big happens with the top 3 when they literally make their moves with about 2, or even when the white flag comes out and this the final lap. Everybody's going to start making moves. If I'm the 47, I have to just stay calm, be consistent, and stay in that line where he can get a shot to move on into tonight's race.
Absolutely.
And depending
so
upon what line you
while
were
we
at,
speak
talking about.
that,
Sorry, go ahead, Teddy. I was just going to say, but if somebody gives you an inch, you got to take that mile on that inside. Go ahead, Teddy. I apologize.
So while we speak about it, first off, here comes the 24 with a hellacious run on the outside of MP Roofer now in the 3. Him and the 48 are teammates again. We spoke about it. So is the 9. The 9 gives up transfer spot to go to the outside. But don't look now. This 6-car battle that we're seeing up here might become a 10-12 car battle as that second pack is coming in there, coming in a hurry.
RKM wanted to know if that was Fluffy in the booth. Yes, this is the one and only Fluffy. Yes, he is up here in the booth tonight. We are in the presence of excellence.
Well, y'all got to realize here, there's a lap car. So they're going to have to make a move around this lap car to try and sometimes you'll see in racing, they'll use that 40 car as a pick. But, that 40 car may be a big help to some of these guys towards the end here. But as you see, as we were talking about, the 47, he's in contention. He's right in the catbird seat somebody, I think, wrecked. I don't know. But anyway, so the 47, he's in the catbird seat. 47's in the catbird seat. If he just hangs on right here, because I'm pretty sure the 3 is going to probably try to find a run on the 52 here. So it's coming down to the nitty gritty, and I think the 47, he's in a good spot. But can he hang on to it? That is the main question.
8-car lead draft. 8-car lead draft.
What you're talking about at that 40 car is a lap down. That is no pit penalty on the team Noco. There's a new team this season, 47 of Robbie Vids. He's the only one out there from Shin Motorsports, I believe. No, the 43 of El Blanco also, but he's not in that front group. We call it Shin Noco for a reason. It's Team Robbie Vids, which is Robbie Shin. Shin and Noco, they have aligned themselves as a team. That 40 being lap traffic now behind the 47. When the 47 wants to make a move, he has a teammate or affiliated teammate of the 40 following him now to try and pass 2 cars that do not have a teammate in the running with the 52 and the 3.
I love how you brought that up too, where a lot of times lap traffic can be a hindrance. It can be here at Daytona, but like you said, it can be a bigger help at certain times. So the lap traffic, we'll see how that works out tonight. But yeah, sometimes car 9, I think that RJ goes up
And
too
here we
high, he
go. Here
hits
they
the
go.
Here he
wall.
goes.
They
Here's
must
the
be
There he
running
goes.
outside.
47 on the hot
47
side.
makes a run on the outside. That's Robbie. He's got the 40 car pushing, the 52 to the inside. MP Roofer in that 3 car. 3 cars trying to get there. It's going to be 3-on-3 crime. High, wide, and handsome.
I think they
Woo!
may have made that move a little bit too early, as here comes the Hendrick boys, the 24 and the 48. That's T. Canterbury and Checkmate Taylor. So the 3 and the 52 have the same problem, different group, as they have a team behind them. But now, is it the last lap? Is this the time to push it? I'm not so sure. I'm not watching live stream as I'm trying to, figure out the new drivers, new teams, new cars. But here comes Robbie Vids as he's making a move 48 up into the wall. Looks like 47 the 48 made some contact. Is anybody going to be able to make a room as they come off 4? It's getting dicey. This race has got to be coming to an end.
I was just going to say that these guys are getting a lot more racier. It's got to be coming down closer to the end. Let's see what happens here. We still got the Robbie Vids right there pulling down. MP Roofer looking real good. We know how much work and how much time and dedication he puts into not only his sliders but his custom setups. He does so much for Giggity and Heat 4. He did 2,000 laps in 1 week practicing. Let's see how this pulls out for. Robbie pulls up right behind MP Roofer in that 3 car. Still being pulled down a straightaway by the 52. This is still anybody's race at a draft track. It's all right to start in the back. You can work your way to the front. These guys can work with each other. We've been seeing it right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars. So we lost 1 car. We were in an 8-car draft. Now we're up to the 7. 52 still pulling AP Roofer and Robbie Vitz down there. What is going to happen?
Yes.
Where do you throw your trump card?
We lost the 48 at T. Chandenberg, and this is shocking to me, just seeing RJ Smitty in that 9 car last season. He was the 24s. He's passing the 24 now. So, Hendrick made some ride changes. Looks like Roofer got into Robbie. Robbie catches the apron, pushes back on Pendle. Here comes Smitty to the outside of Pendle. He gets back in line. He thinks better of it. So there's still a few laps, but what I am noticing is Roofer is completely content with pushing that 52 car. He knows he's in the cap regular seat. He's going to advance in with where he's sitting right now. He wants to make no mistakes. He's hoping the 52 makes no mistakes. And I'm thinking, as I say that, he catches the apron. Looks like the whole inside row. Robbie Vid's now going to move up into second with Pendle behind him. That is not for position. The 9 of RJ Smitty is now sitting in third. 24 and 3 make contact. 3 into the wall. 3 is out of contention. We are down to an underdog Ford. We got 2 Shinoko Chevys, and then we have the RJ Motorsports Chevys following that. The best friend for Robbie Vids right now is that 40 car. He's going to be able to play that blocker. So Robbie Vids and Kay Larson are looking really good, and then you got Pendle behind him that he can stop the momentum from the 9 and the 24.
You know they've got to be in a chat conversating with each other. The other night, Woodworth asked me if I wanted to be a race reporter for Daytona. I had to respectfully decline because when you're at a track like this, you got to be able to communicate. You got to be able to talk. 52 still pulling Robbie Vance. Here comes that 40. Like you said, unfortunate for MP Roofer. Guys trying to, right there, checkmate's trying to go, RJ. Golly, these guys changing cars like you just said. RJ to the outside has a 24 pushing him. His old teammate, his old car. He dives back down. They go single flame.
Real quick, the 9 last season was Checkmate, and the 24 was RJ Smitty. So they literally swapped rides, swapped crews, new pit crew, new
Robbie
colors.
Did to the inside under the yellow flag, or under the yellow double yellows. Excuse me, not yellow flag, but yeah. Go ahead, Teddy. Sorry.
So the team swap, it's going to take a couple weeks probably for us to figure it out. At least this week, these are our Cup preset guys. Kay Larson, Robbie Vids. RJ Smitty, Checkmate Taylor, these guys are our Cup caliber, and they are Cup drivers here in the Giggity Racing League. They just run on the preset instead of the customs as they're making the Cup custom, hopefully, debut tonight.
Once again, guys, we got 23 people out there in YouTube land. Thanks for paying attention. Everybody's saying, Anthony Carp says, let's go, Roofer. Ryan Morgan says, Roofer. Unfortunately, he got bumped out a little bit. John Mango says, let's go, Boomer. Mr. Mango.
RJ Smitty, Checkmate Taylor takes the lead, or RJ Smitty, then Checkmate, then Robbie Vids. Kay Larson is now sitting in 4th, even though in line he's 5th.
These guys are definitely pushing everything to the limits, right now, trying to get up there. It's great to see that. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. No offense there, guys, but that's a Chevy train right there, baby. Woo! That 52 trying to go to the outside, and that 4's not going to be able to make it done. He's going to have to duck back
Something these
inside.
guys did that was great is we've seen a lot less racing in this front pack than what we'd seen earlier in the race when they were getting a little dicey and the second pack was catching them. These 5 cars got into a line and there is no second pack to be seen. They just took off. And that is smart because now you have 4 drivers. There's 5 there, but only 4 are battling for those 2 transfer spots. And again, Robbie Vids has his best friend right now is No Pit Pendle. But now that Kay Larson has fallen to the rear, Robbie Vids has a 3-car tandem that should be able to get up there and push him. As here he goes to the outside of Checkmate. He's now
And there's
even
NPP's pushing him right there. That's what you were just talking about.
line to line with RJ Smitty. I believe that was it.
Yeah,
If that
I
was
think
it,
Robbie got second.
I was just going to say,
Smitty.
I think it's going to be Robbie and Smitty. Let's get the official results. Sorry, Fluffy. Mango said,
No, you're fine.
Larson, send it. Mango said, send it, Larson. Wow, that was intense. Like you said, that was perfect timing. You talked about that earlier in the pre-race, what we were talking about. Knowing when to do it, that was precision right there. And he did it HWH, Taddy. Woo!
I mean, if you're going to do it, you might as well go HWH. And to those that don't know what HWH is, that probably means you're not a racer. But also, it means high, wide, and handsome.
That's right. That's right. I love that saying so much. Like I said, you guys have heard me say it. I got it tattooed on me. I love it so much. And I got my dad's number on it. Rest in peace, Father. We are definitely going to see some great racing tonight. The Keystone Cowboy just jumped into the party. Frustration level probably pretty high for him. A lot of people giving Trout shout-outs.
Hold on. We're not going to do an interview here.
Yeah, that wouldn't be wise.
I brought him in because he had mentioned earlier, had he not advanced, he would do the broadcasting with you.
Correct.
He did not advance. We're not going to go over what happened with him personally on that race. Me and Fluffy, we have to get out of here. Dark Knight, same thing. He said he would help you in the booth. So you guys got a 4-team broadcast group. Fluffy and I have to go get the engines revved up, warmed up, car on the track as the points drivers are getting ready to go point racing at Daytona here for our
So
Daytona
you guys got to go
250.
put a Chevy under your foot or your Ford to go faster.
Let me be corrected there. We want to go fast, so I'm going to stick to the Ford Mustang.
No, congratulations to the guys who transferred out. Good luck to you, Fluffy and Teddy. Thanks for being up here in the booth, Fluffy. It was an honor to talk to you. Like I said, I haven't got to talk to you before. Great to get to know you. Thanks for being up here, and good luck tonight. Can't wait to see what the underdog team can do tonight. And real quick, a lot of people out there giving Trout shout-outs. Hey, Trout's out there. Hey, Trout Racing. He said, hey, what's up, guys? What's up, RKM? Great to see you guys out there. We are going to blue screen just for a little bit. I am going to change over. This was the dash. This was the dash for the Custom Cup at Daytona. We're going to jump out real quick, change back over, give us about 10 minutes, and we're going to go Custom Cup style points racing at Daytona. Arch up in the booth, Fluffy, Kate Taddy, myself, Puddin', we all can't wait to talk to you. And we got Keystone up here. Thanks for being up here. We'll be able to talk to you here in the next race.